Hello, Nick here from TechNuovo and welcome back to the channel. This here is the Edifier QD35. It's their latest desktop Bluetooth speaker. It's been all over social media, or more likely I've been heavily targeted, but it does have this unique look and I wanted to try it out for myself. I've had it on my desk for the last few weeks and here are my thoughts. Starting with features and specifications, this is a compact desk or bookshelf speaker. It's high res audio certified, both wired and wirelessly, including LDAC support. It's got a single 3-inch mid bass driver and a 1-inch tweeter, providing 40 watts of output overall, plus at the rear there are 2 bass ports as well. Inputs include a 3.5mm aux in, USB-A and Bluetooth 5.3. There are built-in lighting effects which are customizable to a degree, plus a display showing the time and settings, and they do look pretty cool, but a bit more on that later. Lastly, there is something they're calling Turbo GAN, which I believe Edifier has created as it isn't overly recognized when I googled it. Essentially, it means you can plug in your phone, tablet or another compatible device into the QD35 and it will charge it while you're using it as a speaker. Charging via USB-C ports provides 35 watts max output, while the USB-A port is 18 watts max output, and if you wanted to charge 2 devices, one in each USB port, they'd both get 18 watts. The speaker itself has this raw, almost industrial look to it, and the aesthetic resembles a mini shipping container or futuristic cargo box of sorts, or at least it does for me. Color options include white, which is the one we've got here, or black as well. To the front is the driver and tweeter on show, no grill, with a clear plastic cover behind it. This allows you to see the chrome moldings, which kind of represent pipes, tubes, that kind of thing. There is then also RGB LED strip lighting to the bottom of the speaker and around the driver and tweeter. At the very bottom is the display showing the Edifier logo, the time, source and EQ preset. To the right hand side of the speaker, one push button used to turn the speaker on and off and source select. Then there are 2 rotary push knobs used to play, pause, change the EQ and lighting effects. To the left hand side, the USB-A and C ports used for charging. To the rear, another power on off button, power lead in, 3.5mm aux input and another USB port. Moving on to audio performance, and it's okay, but I wanted more, and I've tried many other Edifier speakers and they do outperform these by some way. I did somewhat expect this, as that 3-inch driver just isn't all that big at all. The volume goes up to 16, which is 100%, and I'd say about 8 or 9 was the sweet spot, a nice background level while I was working. At that volume it sounds good, it's a little bit crisp, but there is a nice amount of bass, and I also did find myself creating my own EQ to fine tune the sound. Go to 12 or more on the volume and that little 3-inch driver is working overtime, and the quality does drop off a little bit and I wasn't a fan. In my opinion, this is definitely a background level kind of speaker. If you're wondering like me whether you can pair 2 of these together to get a stereo sound, you cannot at present. Let's have a listen to the speaker in action.
Cost $7.50, never seems to pay the rent. You gotta have a trick or 2 that's hidden up your sleeve. The lemonade magic act, days are long and that's a fact.
The controls are very simple, the buttons work well and provide enough control on the fly, or pair it with the Edifier app for another way of controlling it. When you pair the smart device with the speaker and load up the app, it will show you the content you're listening to or playing, the volume and EQ used. 4 preset EQs are available: music, game and movie, plus a DIY option too, where you can adjust sliders up and down and save your own profile to suit your needs. Slide along to the next page and the app opens up the lighting effects panel. There are various preset effects such as shooting star, gradient, static, etc. And with some of the effects you can further customize your choice of color as well. I believe some of the RGB effects are meant to react to the audio being played. If that is the case, it's offbeat and does a bad job at it. It's actually quite annoying when I think it should be punching with a bass drum and it isn't. There is a soothing sounds option too, where you can play white noise, rain, etc. if you like doing that kind of thing. Lastly, you'll see the time is incorrect on the display when you first turn the speaker on, and you need to go into the app and allow your speaker to sync with your device to update the time. The charging feature is handy. I was able to plug in my phone dock into the back of the speaker and charge my phone at the same time rather than having to use another plug at the wall. So that was the QD35 from Edifier. Mixed feelings. I love the look. I like the lighting effects. I think it's well suited for gamers wanting that RGB desk setup. This will fit in perfectly. The audio is good at low to mid volumes, but if you want something a little more, something that will fill the room, the G5000 speakers sound good from Edifier, or something like the D12. To sit on your desk for some background music, you wouldn't be disappointed. And perhaps I'm asking too much, or I've been spoiled recently with other speakers. I know others have raved about this online, which I don't get. I don't get that level of excitement when turning this up to the higher volumes that I have with previous speakers I've tried this year. With a retail price of £190 here in the UK, that is steep, and to me, you're paying a premium for the aesthetic. That's a wrap on this video. If you have stuck around until the end, then thank you very much. And if you want to see more videos from us in the future, hit that subscribe button and all our future videos will pop up in your feed.